Hello, I'm Amelie and welcome once again to my channel. Today I'm going to be watching Advance Bravely episode 11. And first of all, yes, I am recording this during the day, so you may hear some noise. There is a lot of activity in the school next door. I think they're celebrating Halloween or something because they had played Michael Jackson's Thriller for like 400 times. I hope they don't play it again because I'm guessing copyright and I don't know how much you can hear it. I mean, obviously now it's not being played, but if they play it pretty loud. So hopefully they give me a rest with this. But anyway, I wanted to record this last night, but I just had a lot of work to finish. So I'm recording now. And anyway, I feel like my morning recordings are going better. Like I feel like in a better mood in the mornings. So I don't know what's happening, but I probably continue recording during the day because I don't know. I just feel like my brain is a little bit better than when I do it in the middle of the night with no sleep. So anyway, let's talk about Advance Bravely. What happened in the last 2 episodes? And yes, the last time I watched 2 episodes, it was a special occasion. This time I am not going to watch 2. I'm just going to watch 1, and I'm going to continue to watch 1 because I want to take my time with this show. I want to enjoy it, savor it like it was a fine wine. Except it isn't, because I actually hate wine and I would not enjoy it. I would enjoy it as if it is, I don't know, some drink that I would enjoy. I actually don't care that much about drinks. I don't know, chocolate milk or something. That is a full adult's favorite drink, I guess. We're just going to move past it. So anyway, in the last episodes, what happened there? First of all, we have Dayu with Xia Yao visiting this training facility, this bodyguard training facility, because Xia Yao, I guess, wanted him to watch him train or something like that. Apparently the excuse is that Dayu is not staying for a long time, so he wants to, spend as much time with, with him. Xia Yao wants to spend as much time with him as he can. So, I guess watching him train counts for that. I guess. I don't know. Anyway, at first they don't let him in, quite rightly so, because this is a private institution, and why would you invite a random person to watch a training that you are charging money for? That doesn't make any sense. But eventually, Xia Yao goes to talk with Yuan Zong, and, there is a little bit of a thing with him biting him and then saying, oh, now I have to bite you back, or you have to date my sister, which we know that's never going to happen. I feel like at this point, the idea of Xia Yao dating his sister is more thrown as a joke because he knows that he's never going to accept. Anyway, there's no biting, disappointingly. Nobody bites anyone again, but Xuan Zong lets Dayu enter, I guess. But then what he does is, while he was watching the Xia Yao train, he just stands in front of him, and whenever he moves, he just stands in front of him so he wouldn't see anything, which, I don't know, if I have to choose between watching Xia Yao train or, watching Yuan Zong's back, I know which one I would choose, but I guess that you likes Xia Yao, so he probably would choose the training. Anyway, there is an incident while Xia Yao is training, and, she does something wrong and an instructor kicks him. To be honest, it's not the worst thing that I've seen in this training facility. There is a few, I don't know if I would call it violations, because I don't even know what the standard is for this type of thing, but it's definitely not nice. The instructor kicks him and tells him to start again, and Dayu fucking lost his shit. Like, nobody kicks Xia Yao, so he wants to kick the instructor's ass. He makes a huge scandal. After they tell him to go, he goes, but then he starts breaking the equipment somehow, because that equipment looked pretty hard to break, and Dayu doesn't look particularly strong. But I guess anger. I guess like the Hulk, he's full of anger, so he starts breaking things. So, then Xia Yao talks to him, and we find out that it's because Dayu always defended Xia Yao when he was younger, when he was a teenager. I don't know if Xia Yao was particularly somebody who was bullied, but apparently where he was, Dayu defended him. So he wants to continue defending him. I already know Dayu has a crush on Xia Yao. This we already know. And, he also says, oh, that old guy that, that he's like the training chief or whatever. And Xia Yao was like, whoa, what old guy? Like Xuan Zong is 30. And again, that resonated with me because to be called old when you're 30, it just feels like a stab in your chest. But anyway, Xia Yao defended. Yuan Zong said, oh no, but he actually achieved a lot. So we can already see that Xia Yao started to, maybe a little bit like him. A tiny bit. Anyway, then he goes back. I don't remember what happened in the middle, but he goes back into the training facility, Xia Yao, and he finds that Xuan Zong is, fixing the equipment. Shirtless, because, why not? And, Xia Yao says, oh, well, my friend broke it, so I'll pay for it. And Yuan Zong says, well, no, you can't pay for it because I actually fit it myself, so it was no money. And I don't know, there is a moment where they are, very close, and Xia Yao is trying to push him because, Yuan Zong is being, how do you call it? I feel like I'm explaining the situation in a very wrong way. Because it's not like he's being that threatening. He's just, gets a little bit close to him and, Xia Yao is trying to push him, but he can't because Yuan Zong is a wall of muscles. So, there is a little bit of a fight. And, at the end he says, oh, I should train you. And there we find out that, is that where we find out? Or did we find out in the previous episode? Oh God, these all episodes are blending together in my mind at this moment. I just woke up. I literally woke up and sat down for this. I haven't even had breakfast. So, I think it was there that we find out that Xia Yao was doing this so he could, identify Xuan Zong's weaknesses. So if you have to fight again, then he knows what to do. And, also to get some training, training in the way that he fights, I guess. So, I don't remember what happened. I'll be honest, I don't remember what happened next. But after that, there is a whole thing that apparently there is a particular day of the year in which the members, there is a half day, like in offices and things like that, in I guess, places of work, there is a half day, and the people in the bodyguard training, they want to have a half day so they can go pick lotuses. And Xuan Zong said, not a chance, start fucking working. So that is his answer. Not very nice, but that's where he stands. And then he saw that Xia Yao was looking at the lotuses, and he said, oh, he wants to pick up lotuses. So I guess now we have a half day. And they have a half day. So we know, it's nice to know where Xuan Zong stands in things. Like, and he didn't have to even say anything. Like, I think they did have a little conversation, but it was like, he didn't actually have to ask for a half day or anything. He just had to look at the lotuses. Oh, he's interested in lotuses, then we have a half day then. So, that's nice. That's nice, this level of favoritism that Xuan Zong is displaying. Anyway, he teaches, Xia Yao how to pick up lotuses. It's, horrifying to me because I do not want to put my arms, like, without gloves or anything. Like, look, I'm not a cleaning freak. It's not like everything has to be pristine. I'm not a germaphobe or anything like that. But the idea of my hands, like, in the mud looking for roots, that is I do not like that. But maybe that's just me. I don't particularly like swampy water, things like that. So, but it turns into a moment with Xuan Zong explaining him how to do it. They don't do it like you imagine they would, like, in those movies when you have someone teaching someone else how to pull and they get behind them and, that's what I imagine. But we don't get that because China is homophobic apparently. But that was the scene that we deserved it. But it didn't. He just taught him from a little bit from afar, and they find a lot of roots. He's very happy. Xuan Zong cooks them and he gives them to Xia Yao, and Xia Yao takes him home because Xuan Zong tells him, oh, this is for your mother. So he takes him home, but Xia Yao doesn't tell his mother that these roots are from Yuan Zong. He tells her that he bought them, and apparently they are fucking delicious, because that is another thing that Yuan Zong can do. He can also cook deliciously. So the mother tells me, oh, you have to bring them again. And she keeps insisting, so Xia Yao goes to a shop, and he buys some. But they're not the same, they're not as good. Actually, the mother couldn't even swallow them. It's like, blech. No. So these are not the same. And, now Xia Yao has to get Yuan Zong to make him more. But he doesn't want to ask because of, this tension that there is in that relationship, I guess. So what he does is what I think is probably the best. At the moment I saw this issue that he was having, I said, oh, he just have to look at the lotuses. Like, he just have to stay there staring at them and if he does that long enough, Yuan Zong is going to get him some lotuses and cook it. So he does that, and it seems like it worked. He then saw Yuan Zong who was speaking lotuses. So we'll have to see what he does with those lotuses, I guess. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what happened. I feel like I wasn't actually going to do a summary of the 2 episodes, but then I did. So that was unexpected. But I don't know. I'm assuming people can skip these things, because I feel like a lot of people sometimes complain that my intros are too long, but first of all, I can stop myself. It's just words come out of my mind, of my mouth. What can I do? But second, they can, fast forward. They can move along until the reaction. I think it's pretty obvious what the reaction is, because it's when the video starts. So they have that power. So if they don't want to hear me ramble for like 10 to 30 minutes, they can just not do it. So it is what it is. I'm not going to change that. Anyway, you can tell that comment is like, whenever somebody says like, oh, but I'm not going to, you can fast forward it. You don't have to listen to it, or you can just watch another video from somebody else who doesn't. Anyway, enough about my issues. Let's just go into episode number 11 of Advanced Bravely. Let's go right now.